head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played in the wild card win, how sensational he was, that'll stop his head from spinning. And now he's in a situation that's getting towards uncharted territory because you've got Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, the only two rookies doing 2 playoff games in 1 year. He's trying to join that company, but it's not going to be easy to get it done.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here first and goal. Looking to throw. Kendrick. And Evans calls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Bucs are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
For a guy still in his 2nd year in the NFL, this is obviously a big spot for him to try and fill. Able to engineer the victory in the wild card round last weekend. That's got to give him confidence, and it's got to elevate the confidence of his teammates as well. But as he said after the win, things are only going to get tougher from there. He understands the situation he's in. He understands what's ahead of him in this one.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Cook again. And he'll take this up to the 30, the gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Buccaneers have it. And the aggressive play call simply does not work. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense. Punt it away, let your defense take over with better field position.
Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Off the play fake. Kendrick. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And it goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
His throw caught right around the 6. Some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
The kick by Bass is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. Touchdown! strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. Throwing to start the drive. Kendrick. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Back to throw. Kendrick. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield who can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 25-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. On first down, Kendrick. It's caught on the right, and I think the ball's out, and this is picked up by the Bears. There he goes, left side. 20, 10, 5, and they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. Backbreaker, that'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Kendrick. It's complete to Robinson. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. From the gun on 3rd down. Kendrick going up top for Miller. And he overshot it there. It's out of bounds after the play.
In the first two possessions, but it's able to come up empty here in the third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. They'll come out throwing here on first down. So left side, it's complete. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now back to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the run zone now on first down. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Dalvin Cook, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They can certainly use it down by 2 scores. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Kendrick over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, Kendrick. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught by Robinson. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Back to throw again. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA. Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. 2nd half action back underway. The Bears offense set to go to begin the 3rd quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
starting the third quarter with Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Cook. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
With a heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And quickly, they get to the line. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Cook up the gut. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's got it down to the 28.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They're going to look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Patterson's kick is good. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
To throw on second down, Kendrick. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. back now at Soldier Field. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Kendrick. This is caught by Evans. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Looking to throw. Kendrick over the middle. He finds Godwin complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Kendrick. He finds his target. It's Evans. And they move this all the way down to the 9. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Trying to improvise. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Kendrick. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Bucs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And they're going to speed things up here. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They'll look to throw again. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bears are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So now the Bucs down by 15, 2:12 to play. It's certainly a tough situation on the road, needing 2 scores to stay alive in the playoffs as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Kendrick, this is White on the screen. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw on second down, Kendrick. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
On third down, Kendrick. That's complete to Otten. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. They'll try and throw for it to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Throwing after the interception, Kendrick trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson, and they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick six.
And how about the way they played this entire game? Not only did they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's White. They set up the screen. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Looking to throw on second down. Kendrick. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. On first down, Kendrick. Across the middle, he finds Robinson. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On first and 10, Kendrick. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.